Part 2. Silver Snow. Garland Moon. The Chaos of War. The Resistance Army successfully takes Fort Mercius. Their victory celebrations are cut short, however, when javelins of light pierce the sky and destroy much of the fort. With nowhere else to go, the Resistance Army withdraws to Garreg Mach. Under the guise of surrender, they secretly prepare for a surprise attack on the Imperial capital.
It seems the preparations for our invasion of Enbarr are advancing smoothly. All has been laid out so we can move swiftly to the necessary locations. Until the time comes, please try to keep your spirits up. There is something else. I have heard that Rhea is potentially being held captive in the capital. The information could not be confirmed, nor even properly sourced, but even still, we cannot ignore the possibility. Please bear that in mind. Yes, we must not let anything get in the way of rescuing her.
We're finally heading to Enbarr, the capital city of the Empire. So many memories there.
Oh yeah? So you've been there before?
Oh, yes. Though it was a very long time ago.
A very long time. You must have been really young. I'm surprised you remember.
The main stage of the Mittelfrank Opera Company is in the capital. I hope no one from the opera gets swept up in the coming chaos.
There are many buildings straight out of the history books in Enbarr. I hope they remain unharmed.
You're worried about the buildings? What about the people? You're an odd one, Lynn.
I am also worried about the people. I'm sure my father is in a palace in the capital.
Many people reside in Enbarr, so we must take care to avoid needless casualties.
I don't think Edelgard cares much for avoiding casualties, so that's probably impossible. I bet we'll be fighting until one side or the other is completely destroyed.
Bernie, you should be staying away from thoughts like that. We will be defeating her with our full power. Our enemy has great strength, but we will not be losing.
I could not agree more. Remember, even if our surprise attack works, a force even greater than all of our troops combined awaits us in the capital. 0 casualties is always the goal, but we must not underestimate the situation at hand.
Still, we must not hold ourselves to the same twisted morality that she does. After all, we are here to stop her, not to follow her down her dark path. We all choose to fight back. We are all in this together.
You're right, Flayn. We've got to try our hardest.
A different path from Edelgard.
There is no stopping her. The only way to end this is to kill her.
Our choice. Flayn, your words are wonderful and full of bravery.
Let's go! We can't lose!
The situation is dire, and so I will do what must be done.
I am certain that if we join our strength, we can win this battle without losing a single soul.
Ten years ago, Dagda and Bridget attacked the Empire from the west. Their final target was the capital. But they were countered at a port town long before they reached their destination. I guess our attempt has been more successful than theirs, all things considered.
Yes. 5 years ago, Edelgard said a thing to me. Bridget is a vassal of the Empire. But she also said I always have the freedom to be choosing whether I am with or not with her. I will become the ruler of Bridget. So she said I must make my own path. So now, my path and her path will be colliding.
I will see this war through. A boon for our future. A boon for our future. This is the cost of war. A boon for our future.
"5 years ago, but I will be so now."
Professor! My mother might be in the city. I don't have many good memories of her, if I'm being honest, but she's dearer to me than my father. If you happen to see her, please make sure she's not caught up in all the fighting. She's only a civil servant, so hopefully she takes a cue from her burning and stays inside.
So if we win the war, will you become the ruler of Fodlan? You seem unsure, so I guess anything is possible. For what it's worth, I think you'd make a good ruler. You could bring peace to the land. 」 「
Just recently, the fish in the pond suddenly started thrashing around like mad. I didn't know what was going on. Then I saw something gleaming in the southeastern sky. It happened right when you were out on campaign. I wonder what it could have been.
Pardon me.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Momentum's really picking up for this final battle, huh? Even I'm starting to feel tense. Me! Enbarr's history goes back 1,400 years. That even predates the founding of the Empire. It's one of the sacred sites of the Seros faith, so it's a pretty big deal. But hey, no need to worry about the Monastery while you're fighting the final battle. I've got it covered. I'll defend it to my last.
Hey! According to a merchant who just came from the Alliance, my little bro made it home in one piece. But House Albrecht lost a lot of troops. So did the nearby lords. Things are real bad over there. If we don't stop the Empire soon, there won't be anyone left to help fight them off.
Hey!
Really now? There's unrest everywhere these days. All of my fellow merchants seem to be endangered. I hope things go back to normal soon. People need more to smile about, aside from my great deals. Hey, how about a favor?
Hey!
Professor, the whole of the capital is going to be a battleground. The city has such a long heritage. Even so, perhaps it deserves to be reduced to ashes for once. But we can't let the common folk get hurt. We should try to confine the damage to the noble section of town.
Pardon me.
Hey!
That's so. Some of my soldier friends departed for Empire territory a few days ago. They wore trader clothes and hid their weapons in their luggage, so that even if they encounter patrols, they won't arouse suspicion. Another squad dressed as traveling artists. It's like a game of dress-up, but with lives at stake.
It's such a relief that we've made it this far without having to fight my father. Hey, don't try and scare me. If he turns up as a reinforcement during the assault, we might lose. I'd better make my peace with that.
A moment, please.
Ever since the Empire declared war on the Church, we have lost all contact with the priests and monks who are in the Imperial capital. I expect there's nothing we can do but pray for their safety. But realistically, it's probably too late.
Huh? The Empire's army should be divided now, with significant troops still in the west. If they don't assert their authority over the Old Kingdom's lords, they'll never know when an uprising might start. Ironically, as soon as we capture the Imperial capital, the Old Kingdom's lords are likely to rise up immediately.
Yeah, Professor. We're about to put the finishing touches on this war. I wonder how Fodlan will look without the backdrop of death and destruction. I can't wait to see it. On the other hand, I'm terrified of what the future might hold. Who knows if I'll survive the assault on the capital?
We're forming small units and slowly sneaking into the Empire's territory. That allows us to conceal ourselves along the path of the main army's progress, so that by the time we reach the capital, we can all join forces again. However, if any of the units are discovered before we can rendezvous, the whole plan is a bust. I'm sure it will work out, though.
The Empire seems to think we've abandoned our plans to invade, so they're likely not keeping as close a watch.
Professor!
A moment, please.
Looks like we're nearing the end of this struggle. I'm sure Lady Rhea is on tenterhooks waiting for me to swoop in and rescue her. I was just kidding. Pay me no mind. Lady Rhea's not waiting for me, I know, no matter how much I might wish she were. She's waiting for you. Professor!
Well... Oh... I was born in Enbarr. My mother and father met in a church there. Not too long after, I was brought into the world. I do not understand how war can happen in such a precious place. It is most regrettable.
Hey, you. Right.
So... Did you know? A magnificent canal flows through downtown Enbarr. It's said to have been constructed under the guidance of Saint Seros before the Empire was even formed. Ever since, that canal has been a major lifeline for the capital's development. And now this is how the Empire repays it. Truly, no good deed goes unpunished. Pardon me.
Please?
I'm from the Empire myself, and I still have some relatives in Enbarr. I hope they get out in time, but I've no way of contacting them. I guess all I can do is pray they're not harmed.
Considered... They used to call Enbarr the city of Seros. To assault it together with the Knights is surreal. If Seros were alive today, I wonder what she might make of our war. In Enbarr, there was once a southern church, and apparently a bishop was dispatched to it. 100 years ago, the southern church became entangled in an insurrection. Until 5 years ago, the Empire and the church maintained a certain distance from one another. They used if set in 100 until
Rhea will be somewhere in the city. I wonder if she can sense us coming. If we are able to save her, then I expect you will learn many secrets that have hitherto been kept from you. Are you prepared for that? Excellent. The battle will soon be upon us. Let us both be at our best for what is to come. The battle... I have something to ask of you.
Whenever I think about how we'll be seeing Lady Rhea real soon, I get happy and really get cleaning. We'll get there for sure, right? We'll see her again? I just gotta believe Lady Rhea is waiting for us in the capital. We just have to find her.
Hi there! Enbarr is where the divine Saros, sent by the goddess, first appeared before mankind. Saint Saros then worked countless miracles there and offered guidance to the people. That's why Enbarr is considered a holy place for the Church of Saros.
Lady Rhea.
Hey, you.
Professor, at last, the end is nigh. I love the Empire. Part of me wants it to survive, but I know that is not reasonable. The Empire's time has come. What we need now is a mighty leader who can rebuild Fodlan and rule it as a single nation. Nonetheless, it saddens me that we will not have an Adrestian Emperor.
The information about Lady Rhea being held in the Imperial capital came from an Imperial soldier at Mercius? We can't discount the possibility that the enemy's feeding us fake information on purpose. Still, we can only move forward. It's all on you, Professor.
Hello there. Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome. Come again.
Hello!
Tell your friends!
Hello.
Professor.
Hey!
Pardon me.
Really?
You're eating too slow, Professor. You just gotta stick all of it in your mouth.
All this needs is the right drink to go with it.
Sharing a meal with your allies makes you forget the differences in where you're all from.
So you finally approve of me. Let us toast to that.
Have we not discussed your revolting table manners enough?
Here we go again. Food tastes better when I eat it like this, Coco.
will you talk to her for me? She's been avoiding me non-stop.
Of course I avoid him. I avoid everyone.